going to go off a little bit more on the traditional MBA degree as a decaying asset that does not have a terminal value. Uh, in a recent video, I talked about the idea that a lot of people forget to factor in opportunity cost and terminal value considerations. Uh, when it comes to a traditional MBA degree, you're dealing with a decaying asset. Decaying in the sense that you're going to need upgrades along the way, and you're going to be in a situation where you're going to not have the full value of it the entire lifetime, because we're not in a static environment like we used to be. Dynamic environment, and knowledge and information ages real quick. It's a decaying asset, and time is compressing. Terminal value. Uh, One of the things I recommend to people, I talk about the idea of maybe starting a business or buying a business in lieu of going for an MBA degree. I want to expand on the idea of terminal value a little bit, because I want to make sure everyone fully appreciates and understands it. When you're dealing with a decaying asset, uh, you pay a high price on the front end and you get little to nothing on the back end. To make this a real simple example, consider your house or a car. When you buy a car or you buy a house, you're going to pay a high price at the beginning. You're going to live in it or you're going to drive it for a number of years. And at the end, hopefully, you've got equity in the house or the car. And most people say, oh, what kind of equity can you have in a car? Not much, but you have something. That number, that price of what you can get for that house or that car at the end of its useful life to you, again, you've lived in it and you've driven it, there is a value at the end. You can sell the house to somebody else. That's your terminal value. That's what you get back. That's where you recapture your equity. Now, with a house, it probably has an increased value, whereas with a car, which is also a decaying asset of sorts, but it's not a decaying asset without a terminal value. Any car that can still move and get you from here to there is probably still worth a few $100 at worst, a few thousand at best. Don't forget the idea of terminal value. When you deal with a decaying asset like an MBA degree, you don't have a terminal value. You cannot sell it back to the university or the college. So if you're unsure, what terminal value is about, again, if you go and look at uh, discounted cash flows and such, one of the things you have to factor in, you factor in your initial investment, you factor in all the expenses and all the incomes that you've had throughout the life of it, and at the end you have a terminal value. And when you do discounted cash flow, you have to take everything back to now so you get an understanding. So I'm trying to make it as simple as I can, but be conscious of the fact that, number one, you're dealing with a decaying asset in an MBA degree, and number two, you're dealing with a decaying asset which is worse than a car, because at least a car has a terminal value at the end. So that's the importance of understanding what terminal value is about and how it applies to an MBA degree. If you find this interesting and you want more material like this, subscribe to the MBA Accelerator channel. Consider giving us a like and a share. We'd love to have other people get involved and know about us. Thank you.